Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of my sketchbook tour. Also known as Frances critiques her artwork and nitpicks at it. So, let's get started. And these are pieces from my most recent Inktober challenge, 2020 challenge. So you can see how I've attempted to organise myself in doing them. Yeah, it says a lot about how organised I am, doesn't it? This is a fish, which I was very pleased with actually, because I think I've got the scaling, the scales in there and stuff, and it actually looks like a fish. This is Will-o'-the-Wisp. Anybody who remembers Will-o'-the-Wisp? Yeah, he was an old TV program that used to be on when I was younger. I don't know when it was out, but I remember it. It was interesting, let's just say that. Basically it was like set in this like foresty area, and there had lots of different creatures in it, including angry television. Yeah. So yeah, it was a classic basically. And this is Alexander Armstrong, not the television personality Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist, obviously. And here he is showing off his muscles and crying dramatically, as you do. And here's some more Inktober. This is Makoto Nyagi from Danganronpa. I'm not very pleased with how he came out personally. I just don't think his eyes look right. I did edit them a bit on my iPad, but I don't know, I didn't like how they came out. And this is for the theme Disgusting. I couldn't really think of anything, but I remembered that Farquaad called Fiona that. I mean, I don't think she is. I think she's very pretty anyway. Even if she is an ogre, I still think she's pretty as an ogre. I'm not very happy with how the background came out on Farquaad. I think Fiona came out better. So basically this is my attempt to draw the scene where Fiona reveals herself as an ogre and Farquaad reacts to her. So yeah, it's interesting. I think the expressions are pretty good. I just don't think the background on Farquaad is particularly good. You mightn't have seen this piece before. That's because it was my original CL piece I was going to do for Inktober, but I didn't like how it came out. I mean, his face looked really big, like unnaturally so I didn't bother putting that in there. Yeah, this was following another theme, part of the Inktober challenge, where I drew Dorothy's ruby slippers, and basically it's a Wizard of Oz thing. So you can see the yellow brick road and Dorothy's slippers and the rainbow. I think it's very simple, but I think it's pretty good. Not one of my best things, but it's kind of good. And I think, and this is one of the theme things I did, where I tried to draw teeth. And yeah, it just looks highly disturbing, but I don't think it looks too bad. And this was one of my crazy ideas again. This is the Pokemon throwing a Pokeball. You can hear my speech impediment here because I can barely pronounce the THs. Yeah, I've had problems saying ths, but that doesn't really matter for this. I kind of got stuck what to do for throw, so this is just going to get confusing if I keep saying this. So I just thought, you know what, let's just do something random and silly. So this happened. I did edit this a bit on my iPad. That's why probably the eyes don't look like he's sleep deprived on the finished article, but I'm pretty pleased with how he came out. So yeah. And here's some more Inktober. If I can get this right. This is a failed piece of Sligoo. I started drawing this and I realised it was the wrong shade of purple, and I was kind of a bit annoyed with that. So I just left it. The actual drawing didn't look too bad, but it was just, it just irritated me. And then obviously the awesome trio, Team Rocket themselves, along with Boba Fett. I think they look alright. And I had to draw Boba Fett in there. I mean, it is essentially one of the best things ever. I mean, I had to draw Boba Fett in there. I mean, look at that face. How can you say no to that?
I mean, it's useless in most battles, but it's just it's fun. Like in the game, I mean mainly in anime as well. But, you know, you gotta love Boba Fett. And here's my girl Urza. I mean, look at her. I just love Urza so much. Look at that girl. Yes. That was part of the Inktober challenge again. So I thought, I'm going to use this opportunity to draw Urza. I mean, why not? I just love Urza. The design, everything. And I loved cosplaying as her. I mean, the theme for this one was dunes, like, as in sand dunes. In other places they'd call them dunes. Other people pronounce it dunes, but I call them dunes. I mean, not June as in the month, but, you know, sand dunes. But that was my attempt to try and create, like, show distance in a picture, and whether it's good or not, that's open to interpretation, but, you know, I don't think it looks too bad. It's not great, but, yeah. This is supposed to be Storm from X-Men. This is Coral, who actually looks better than the Marlin and Nemo pictures that I did before, but they were done they were done before, and I think this looks considerably better. Not great, but considerably better. This is a mousetrap. Yeah, and by the way, I edited these pictures as well on the iPad just to make them look a little bit better and less awkward. And if any of you are of my age, God, I sound old now, you remember Bob the Builder. If any of you remember Bob the Builder, this is Dizzy from Bob the Builder. And I think she looks quite good. So I just put the song in, Dizzy, because they did Bob the Builder cast did a version of that song, so I thought I'd kind of reference it in this piece. So there you go. And this is Buddy from The Incredibles. I edited him a bit as well, and I think the theme thing was Buddy, so I decided to draw him. I don't think he looks too bad. And there's CL, which I actually did post and actually did draw instead of the weird CL thing that you saw before. I think he looks kind of cute. So this is Sanji and the Swedish chef of the Muppets. Again, this is one of my crazy ideas. I don't know what possessed me when I drew this. I found it really amusing while I was drawing it. I was laughing my head off drawing it. I did edit this a bit because, I mean, Sanji's smoke just looks terrible, but the original picture, not the finished picture, is really good. Well, I think it looks good anyway. I just think this is hilarious. I don't think anyone else finds it as funny as I do, but it's funny to me.
I could just see them just having like some stupid moment in the kitchen, like Swedish chef being like all chaotic and stuff, and then Sanji getting angry with them. It would be so funny. I could see that. Anyway, there's Nardo and Snorlax. I don't think Nardo's position looks like Nardo's pose there looks particularly good, but that's just me. There's Snorlax being Snorlax and sleeping. Lion King 3, right, was not one of my favourite films. I didn't enjoy it. I love Lion King 1 and 2, but Lion King 3 was it was awful, in my opinion. And if you guys liked it, well, that's your opinion and that's fine. But it wasn't my thing. It just didn't, in my opinion, it didn't follow, it didn't feel like they needed to make it, you know? But one thing I did like about it was the song the meerkats sing, like, right at the beginning, Digatona. I always find that quite funny to watch. Yeah, so I always found that scene funny. So I thought, I'm stuck on a theme for Dig, for Inktober. What should I draw? And I thought, well, there's that scene in Lion King 3. So I ended up drawing it anyway, drawing this, and I edited a bit on my iPad. This is like the initial thing of it, the initial drawing of it, because you can't tell any of those are caves, but they're supposed to be caves, but they just look random, weird. I mean, you can tell he's stuck in somewhere clearly, but yeah. But yeah. There's a caterpillar I drew for the last day of Inktober, I think. And I think this looks quite good. I think it looks like a caterpillar. This is just a random anime girl, or cartoon girl or something. I don't know what it's supposed to be, just one of those random doodle things again. And there's some random eyes and ripped jeans they were supposed to be, but that's not one of my better pieces. Not very. I don't think that looks very good, but at least it looks like trousers. So there's a random anime sketch, another random sketch of a girl just looking very nonchalant. This piece, if any of you have seen She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, you'll recognise this scene, Adora and Catra. I did edit this a bit because I wasn't happy with the background and Adora's eyes, but apart from that I didn't think it looked too bad. Catra is probably the thing I'm the happiest with in this picture. Like, she really does look like she's got good expression and everything. So yeah, I think the theme was Outpost, so I kind of got a bit stuck on that one, and I thought, well, it's kind of like the outskirts of somewhere, or like, I don't know, outside somewhere, or something, and I just settled on doing this as the theme, and eventually it turned out really well. This is a better version of the Sligo picture I did. I resolved to using like pastels on this because none of my colouring pens could like get anywhere close to the colour that I was wanting to use. So that happened, and this is a unposted work which I think just looks terrible. An unfinished piece of Hatsune Miku, and I was going to do this for the theme of music for Inktober, but I didn't like how it turned out. The final piece is a bit better anyway, it's more simple, but yeah. This is Hide from Tokyo Ghoul. Now in the finished piece you'll notice that he has his eyes like shut, because I'm not very happy with how the eyes look in this, so I just kind of like decided to make him like look happy wearing a mask, if that makes sense, if you can be happy wearing a mask. So yeah, that's Hide, and this is another random anime girl, which is just, yeah, again another attempt trying to find my own style, which, I don't know, you can make your minds up whether I've actually achieved that or not. I don't think I have, but yeah, this is the music post I actually decided to upload
but actually, like I said, it's more simple, but better than the Hatsune Miku one. So this is basically based off the song by John Miles called Music, and it's a beautiful song. You've got to listen to it at some point, but it's lovely. And this is another one of the themes, boat. Mind you, it looks like it has a mouth. It might just be me, but it looks like it has a mouth. So this is, I think the theme was float, so I decided to draw a boat floating on the water. Yes. And ominous was the theme for this one. So I tried to draw Driftwood using ominous wind. You know, the Pokemon move. I got a bit stuck with the colours in the background, so I might have edited that a bit. But apart from that, I think I was pretty happy with how it turned out. And that's the end of that sketchbook, and we'll move on. Yeah, this is all Sketchpad. I used to draw all these pictures. Probably belonged to one of my brothers or something. But you know, like the family are happy with me using any sketchbooks they've got around, so I really appreciate like their support and everything. So this is Alvida from One Piece. I think I used a lot of like pens and stuff on this, and some pastels for her face and stuff. And this is Tashiki from One Piece as well, and I'm very pleased with how she came out. She looks a bit like my original character Renji. Renji looks a bit different from that, but he has a very similar hairstyle, though after the time skip she has longer hair, like she's got like longish hair and it's in a ponytail or something like that, I think. There's some random eyes, and there's me as a Team Magma grunt. I really love Team Magma's outfits. I just think they look super cool. You know, if I could just, I'd also like to cosplay in one of those, I'd also like to cosplay as a grunt, because that would just, like as a Team Magma grunt, because that would just, I don't know, I just love it. Just be so cool. There's Koro Sensei's face, because Koro Sensei is awesome. There's Haruhi, being Haruhi, and there's a gel pen, a butterfly drawn in gel pen, and this is Squirtle, as many of you know, and I think it looks very cute. I'm happy with how that came out. And this is part of Gundam Tanaka from Danganronpa, Super Danganronpa 2. He's cool. And that's me. You've seen me draw you've seen pictures of me before. And I know I look nothing like that. I'm terrifying, I know. This is supposed to be me. In a pinafore. So, yeah. This is just randomness. And this is Sakura from Cardcaptor Sakura, and she's just a precious cinnamon roll, and I just love her. I recently got into Cardcaptor Sakura, just this year gone, really, and I absolutely love it. I'm planning to watch the Tsubasa series, more of the Tsubasa series soon. I think I'm on to episode 4 at the moment. And there's Kiro, and I made him into a digitalized picture, so you'll be able to find that online as well. I mean, most of these pictures in these sketchbooks you'll be able to find online, with the exception of a few ones I decided not to post. And there's Sharon. Speaking of Cardcaptor Sakura, there's Sharon. And there's Tomoyo, also from the same series. This is a picture I was going to post of Naruto in the Chibi Ninetales form, but I didn't like how it turned out, especially, like, the eyes are a common problem with some of my pieces. Like, I always, like, me being a perfectionist, I just notice if the eyes aren't quite right, and it just drives me crazy. But yeah, Well, that goes to show that, you know, you're always going to have a day where things don't turn out how you want them to, especially artwork. But, you know, you just got to keep plodding on. And this piece I'm really pleased with. This is Magellan from One Piece. I think he looks really cool here. I've never tried to draw him before, but I'm really pleased with how he came out, considering. And some of you might have seen this piece, but this is Zara in a kimono. I never got around to finishing her, to be honest, because I was going to add a bit more detailing to the kimono, but I never got around to it. And I was going to make this into a digital piece, but maybe do it as a comparative post with like a traditional piece. But I don't know. Mind you, I'm happy with how that hand came out. And that expression too. And this was an unfinished picture of Karma from Assassination Classroom, where he's been poked in the face by Koro Sensei. That's why he looks so embarrassed, you see. So yeah. And this was a picture I was going to draw, but I just kind of gave up on that. This is Nico Robin from One Piece. I just think that arm doesn't look quite right. That just might be just me nitpicking. And there's Kid Zoro from One Piece. Kid Zoro's cute. And this is Naruto and Kiro. I just love that piece. It's just so cute. I think this piece is so cute. I mean, look at this little smile. Look at that little smile. And then look at Kiro. Kiro is just cute anyway. I mean, Nardo is, but, you know, for different reasons. Oh, this camera's getting blurry. Yeah, I just love this piece. It's beautiful. It's Mitsuri she's from Demon Slayer. It's probably the only time I've drawn her, and she looks alright. I mean, I don't know whether I'm happy with how I painted her, but herself, yes, Junko, she is. She looks good there, and that's Fuyuhiko from Danganronpa. I don't know, that's not the best picture I've drawn of Fuyuhiko, but I tried. And this is Yukito, from Cardcaptor Sakura, and he's just so sweet. I love him to pieces. He's just so sweet. He's such a nice guy. Yeah, he's a fictional character, but he's a nice guy. I did alter his eyes in the final picture because, like, that one looks really big, and then that one looks really small. And it's just, I don't know. I'm just nitpicky like that. But I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. And this is Ishimaru from Danganronpa. I'm not particularly pleased with how he came out there, but I tried. And this piece you might recognise is Sakura Ogami and Asahina from Danganronpa. And I love Sakura. She's one of my favourite DR characters, and she's just a sweetie. She might not look it, but she's really sweet. And that's Asahina fantasizing about donuts. Yes. You gotta love Asahina. She's precious. And this is Kirigiri from Danganronpa as well. And this is Mondo Wada. And this is another Toko and Genocida show picture. I made this into a digitalized piece as well, and I was pretty pleased with how it came out, though I think show looks a bit better than in Toko, but it might just be me. And this is Chihiro Fujisaki, who is also from Danganronpa. Chihiro is just a cinnamon roll. You gotta love Chihiro. Precious. So precious. I'm not spoiling anything about Chihiro. You need to either watch the anime or play the game, or both. And this piece, I just love this piece. I did edit this on the computer, I'll admit, but it's pictures of Sakura Ogami. She's just beautiful. I just love her. like surrounded like in petals and flowers and all kinds of things, and I just love this piece. It's one of my favourites of last year. Not my favourite, but one of my favourites. And there's Nardo with Danganronpa eyes. I always have to fit in Naruto somewhere. And here are some just random doodles. And this is Tanjiro, Demon Slayer. I think I actually made this into a digital piece, but I got rid of his eyes. Made them like closed eyes, like smiling, as you do in anime. So yeah, this is Bo, which I also digitally edited eventually. So yeah. And this was going to be a picture of May and Ash, but like I couldn't get Ash right. I was having one of those mental block days. So I just posted May and I just decided to post May because Ash just looked awful no matter how I drew him. I edited her on the iPad, posted her, and it's not one of my better pictures, but it's not bad. And Emperor's New Groove is just one of those films you just gotta watch. And so I realised I hadn't drawn anything from that film, so I thought I might try and draw Cusco in human and llama forms. Essentially, it's a film about an emperor that, yeah, you'll read between the lines, you'll work out what happens. And Boom Baby's one of his phrases he says a lot. But Emperor's New Groove, you need to watch that. It's underrated. And this is I was going to try and draw Hades from Hercules, and this is kind of what happened. I don't know, I might try redrawing him this year or whenever. I don't know, it just doesn't look right to me. So yeah. And that was me trying to draw Sage Mode Naruto, but I kind of got stuck with that. I might finish it at some point. This is Spinal Sun, or Spinny, whatever you want to call him, and I think he looks kind of cute. And this is Sarada as Sakura Kinomoto, or Sakura Kinomoto, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So yeah, I kind of tried to incorporate like all of Sakura's different outfits into Sarada's into this picture of Sarada. I didn't want to like just stick with like one particular outfit because she has so many over the series. I just thought it would be nice to have a variety. Variety, as they say, is the spice of life, you know. So here are some other random miscellaneous, 3 random miscellaneous thingies. This is Nardo, as you probably know, Naruto. But like I made this into a digital picture, as you've probably seen. It's like him as the Hokage during the Chunin exams arc. This is a version of Sakura looking flustered from the anime, and I've also did a digitalized version of this, and I made them like into a comparison post so you can see them somewhere. The same goes for this. This is a picture of Sarada and Sasuke and Sakura together, and I've done it, like I said, I've done a digitalized version of this as well, but I edited this a bit on my iPad as well, so it didn't look as messy. I mean, if you zoom in, you can see patches of stuff and things. I was going to make this into a speed paint video, but like the video footage of this and the video footage of the digital one, like I was gonna do like a comparison video, and the I was wanting to show all of the content like on both of the bits, but it was kind of like limiting what you could show for both of the bits, so I kind of gave up on it. But I might try again later on, but I just need to get more to grips with iMovie. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, I just love that. I just love how both the pieces turned out. I just think they look beautiful. But this is based on the one of the Boruto endings during the Sarada arc. So this is like a piece of Sakura and Sarada, like a flashback of Sakura and the current thing of Sarada. I made this into a digital piece later on, and this piece I never finished, but it's supposed to be mirroring something Itachi said and something that Sarada said, but again I got stuck. Surprise, surprise. But hopefully eventually it'll get done. Touch wood anyway. This is Diane and King from Seven Deadly Sins. I was going to colour it, but when I tried to colour it, I don't know, it didn't come out right. So I just left the sketch as it was. I think it looks alright as it is, really. This is Fi and Monoka from Tsubasa Chronicle. I need to sit down and watch that more, actually. I've been trying to edit this and make it into a digital picture, but it's just it's the eyes. It's the blinking eyes that are driving me crazy. Trying to get them like so they're both equal. Obviously you can see these aren't, but whatever. And that was my attempt to organise my video uploads, which kind of went a bit down the drain a little bit. This is Suyo Asui, also known as Froppy. This ended up being a digital picture with her in the snow and stuff, in her superhero costume, the goggles and everything. This was originally, I was trying to make this a traditional piece, but I kind of gave up on that. And this is an unposted picture of Nardo, of him in Sage Mode as Santa Claus, but I wasn't very pleased with how it came out, personally. And this is the precious Nezuko. I did this as part of a comparison post. I've done a digital picture of this, but I did the basket a bit differently in the digital one to this one, because I just thought it might be nice to do something a bit different with the traditional piece than with the digital one. But I'm very pleased how both came out, really. But if you haven't seen Demon Slayer, you've got to watch it. It's so good. This is Monoka, White Monoka. I might be pronouncing this wrong, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this is Monoka looking all Christmassy. And this is Swinub. I did a comparison post with this one as well. I've got a digital version of Swinub as well. And I edited this a bit. Ice Cube, the Pokemon, in its two different forms. I was planning to make this into an animation, but I never got around to it. But I think they look quite good. And I never used to like Ice Cubes. I mean, it is weird looking, but it's kind of grown on me. And there's a random Christmas tree. And this is Yue this is Yue from Cardcaptor Sakura, and he's just so handsome. I did edit this picture a bit on my iPad because that bit didn't come out well, and I wasn't too pleased with how the eyes came out, but I think it looks alright. I especially like the wings, how his hair came out. It was the first time I tried drawing him, so I was very pleased with how it came out overall. Yeah, this is Nanashima from My Hero Academia. And I just thought that quote that she came out with about smiling was very touching, you know. I might want to cosplay as her sometime. She just I don't know, I could just see myself as a, anyway, I eventually made this into a digitalized picture, and this is Chibinado in a Christmas outfit. This piece is from the Boruto time travel arc, where Boruto and Sasuke go back in time, and they meet younger Naruto and younger everybody, you know, including Jiraiya. And so I just thought I'd try and draw a piece based on the anime. God, I miss Jiraiya, I really do. I mean, I was going to make this into a painting, and also do a digitalized version of this, so I could do a comparison post, but it might still happen. We'll see what happens. I have already started a sketch of this in Procreate, but who knows. But I'm pleased with how this looks at the moment anyway. Now that was my attempt trying to draw Hashirama Senju, but it didn't turn out very well, so I just made it into a digitalized picture, and this is Happy from Fairy Tail. Most of you should know who that is. I used a picture to draw this though, but yeah, it's not quite the same, but it's similar. And this is the picture of Kushina in a winter outfit, and this is Minato in a winter outfit as well, which I really liked. I don't know why I drew Minato and Hinata like that. No. I don't know why I painted Hinata and Minato like that. I mean, I could have just left the background off Hinata completely. I just kind of went into the Hinata drawing a bit too much there. I decided not to post the painted version of Hinata, but it looks okay. It's not one of my best. Minato definitely I'm pleased with. And this is Kiro again. Just checking to see if I've done anything else. Yeah, this is Hinata. I started painting her, but then I realised that trying to, I don't know, I just felt that because the picture of Minato, the paint kind of runs into the Hinata one, even if I edited it, I just don't think it would look quite right, so I didn't post it, but here it is for you all to see, so here you go. Yeah, this is Hinata. I started painting her, but then I realised that trying to, I don't know, I just felt that because the picture of Minato, the paint kind of runs into the Hinata one, even if I edited it, I just don't think it would look quite right, so I didn't post it, but here it is for you all to see, so here you go. So that wraps up part 2 of my sketchbook tour. Or Frances critiques her artwork and nitpicks at it. So stay safe, everyone. Follow the rules of your country to protect against the virus. Wear a mask when you've got to wear a mask, unless you have a medical exemption, but still be very careful. And together we'll beat this thing together, you know.